we'll do Q&A. So right now, if you've been watching this, I'm just going to give you a quick demo. One question was false time constraint. Okay? So, you gotta understand women better. I was on the Steve Harvey show and we finally clicked when we realized we're a polarity. Steve Harvey, for the longest time, he even has a book with that title where he would suggest to women, think like a man, act like a lady. Okay? For us, I wouldn't say think like a woman, I would say know how women think, act like a man. And in that moment of realization, we clicked. So, women, most of the time the reason why they don't give themselves the permission, you know, if we're first on the planet, they're brand new, oh, here's another human, let me chat with them. That would be one thing. But oftentimes what you gotta realize is that it has nothing to do with you initially. They're basically showing you the sum total of what they experienced with other guys before. So you're a woman, and suddenly you go, hey, you know what? Give myself the permission to fly. Booyakasha! Alright.
Nice.
Now, I wouldn't do that to a fly, but I would do that to the fact that this fly was fucking trying to aim-hog me and get more attention than I'm getting. So, alright, now, back to me. It's adorable there. Oh, a fly, a fly, a fly. You're talking about the future of your dick, so. So, we accelerate. Finally, they give themselves a little bit of permission. Here's what they encounter time and time again, and we're not there to see that. But once you have a lot of women, and you walk around and you talk with them, one thing, we're no longer a secret society of pickup artists. Yeah, at the time, I like the idea of a secret group. I have secret groups, okay? We have Cobra, a brand new secret group. There it is, Cobra. But the subtitle of the book, The Game, Secret Society of Pickup Artists, made it too much, or it was an era during which guys would not really be with the girl, not really be with themselves. They would kind of experience that internal false reality where you would hear a lot of guys go, well, there's that girl at work, well, go to her and tell her, hey, we work together, so I want to be straight up with you. Yes, I'm a guy, you're a girl. I noticed the other day you were smiling at me, and I want to be fully aware that you know that in my own guy mind, I'm starting to think, does she like me? So you know what, I'm straight up. I know we're working together. I mean, I'd be open to just grabbing a quick cup of tea or coffee at some point. But no, instead guys would just keep it in their head. We need to communicate with women. You start to talk with them and you go, how often do guys do this and that? You go, oh my God, and then you learn more that way. So guarantee, each time a girl will give herself a little bit of permission to chat with a guy, except for the highly trained and skilled men that we are with superior mindsets and sets of skills, what happens each time? The guy wants more. And then they have a concern, how long will that take? And they've had their share of stalkers, of guys who text them, talk about texting with girls. And you'll know like how many guys will just text them. 5 minutes after that, no response. Hey, are you okay? Sometimes girls tell me that guys can escalate. Within less than 20 minutes, they can go from like trying to invite them somewhere to asking if they're okay, the girl is okay, to then next phase within 5 minutes is, did I do something wrong? And then insulting her and then saying, well, fuck you. For the more aggressive men. The more passive man may just cancel himself and just wait and obsess in front of the phone. We smile, we laugh, we've all done it, and chances are we will do it again if suddenly it's a more high stake. For some that are well seasoned, it may be boom, that's it, centerfold, top A-list celebrity. And again, like a Dichico, that's why we need to constantly train ourselves. So it's essential to differentiate yourself from other men, because that's the key to real attraction, okay? And you cannot differentiate yourself just a little bit. It's got to be absolutely surreal. If you have one billboard that's one size and the next one is a little bit more flamboyant but not that much, people don't go, wow, you want to really stand out. through your sub-communication. So time and time again, they finally give themselves a little bit of permission to talk a little longer with the guy. Now the guy is starting to be hooked. His entire attention is on her, and he wants more. That's why you hear so many guys say, it was going good, it was a nice conversation, but then. Fuck that, that's retarded. Truth should be, in the words of the teaching of Casanova. Casanova, many people would say, was a womanizer. No, he was a man who honored himself and followed his own heart so strongly that it drew women in. Now, I'm not one of those guys who's trying to sell you an easy way out because they know that we all could easily be a little more lazy and comfortable. I mean, if I tell you right now, your choice. You can dedicate 1 year to this art and it will be lethal, it will be killer. You will be able to turn around family situation. You will be such a potent, powerful communicator everywhere. Or it could also be achieved through this little pill. Which one? Most people would say, oh, I'll take the little pill. Alright? So, or if you don't like pills, maybe, then, well, it could also be achieved if you say that secret mantra once. Alright, I'll take that one. So, you gotta remember that you gotta differentiate yourself tremendously, and you gotta give them that sense that you are there. So I'm not one guy who will advocate like, oh, just take care of your life and women will follow. Otherwise, all of the celebrity, the wealthy CEOs that come to us saying, oh man, I don't understand, I'm doing so well, I even have athletes sometimes, I'm doing so well with everything else, but still I don't have the women. You know, you see some of those celebrity guys that have like apparently a lot of women around. One of my girls, tall Russian girl, Tatiana, some of you have met her. She's like very savvy with the nightlife and the connection, and she's always hooking me up. She's gone to, I don't want to name names, but those guys that you see on TV with a lot of girls, it's all promoters that bring the girls, and she witnessed that the guys have no fucking game, and that if they're not careful, and they even have people around them to watch out for them because they could fall for that, then gold diggers are on those guys. Like, so it's a demonstration that, yeah, it may appear like they have all those girls, it's promoters who bring them the girls, and they even have people around to make sure that those girls don't just grab him and suddenly he goes like, oh, you know, I don't need to work today because my new friend Cassandra or whatever, so the fact is, you need game, but you need the proper order. Number one, I gave this equation, and this is one that's so impactful if you spend a little time with it, that I like to repeat it. I found out that there are 525,600 minutes per year. Time 51 for a guy like me, that's over 28 million minutes. So you take 28 millions, and even if you're in your late teen or early 20s, that's a good chunk of millions, okay? And you contrast that with, I just met a girl for 3 minutes versus 5 millions, even 3 minutes versus 1 million. But how quickly do we forget that and make her more important? So you gotta maintain that frame, and there are simple ways to do it. At first, maybe you fake it a little bit. You know that you're gonna get drawn in, you're gonna forget about you, forget about what you were doing. She will hypnotize you in a way, so maybe bring yourself back by saying, what did I have for breakfast? Okay. And take your attention away a little bit and start to give that, my attention is here. You're present, you're witnessing, my attention is here. It's me, for me, by me, as me, with me, as we say in Army of Aphrodite. Then, you non-verbally also give a little illusion, you know, you talk, and you take a little step back. My favorite is when I turn around, give them my back, and I come back in stronger, and now I put the hand on the shoulder. But there's got to be that dynamic that it's almost over, and you stay. My world record was I told the girl a couple of times that, well, I better get going soon. Suddenly we're in bed the next day. She goes, but didn't you have to get going? Then I told her it's become one of my classic. You can play with my classics. Me, I like to create always new thing on the spot. But I said, well, you know, sometimes it's about, you gotta know when to change your priority. And I think you're well worth it. Are you? Binding her to, are you well worth it or not? She said, well, I guess so. It's never a big deal. In our head, it's a big deal. In our head, we forget, we only see the beauty of the flesh, we don't realize we're dealing with humans. So, have a reminder to take your attention back to you. Have a couple of things you do with your body so you're not in, so you just, you know, give the shoulder a little bit, like that, come back in this way, come back in the other way, and use simple words like anyway. Don't search too far, you don't need to invent friends that are not there. So the challenge with my friends are waiting for me is maybe if you're super solid and your game is killer, and you got her hooked, and now she goes, oh, I don't want to lose him, and she's wondering who your friends might be. But too often you're giving them an easy way out to go. How often did you hear girls say, well, you should go back to your friends then, right? They're sending you back to your friends. So if you're watching right now on Facebook, we're going to be going at it for another 45 solid minutes, and then we take it in field. Wherever you're at, take it in field. Click on the link and watch the rest of this on Zoom. All right?